You know the exact feeling. It's late at night, your body is entirely physically exhausted, and yet you are lying wide awake, staring at the ceiling, because your mind is racing. Survey data explores human thought patterns. 74% of people experience repetitive, negative thinking late at night, in bed. These spirals are frequently ignited by past conversations, maybe a shift in a coworker's tone, or a comment during lunch. Your body is perfectly still, but your mind is locked in an involuntary, high-stakes battle for your own attention. Psychologists divide this mental loop into two distinct categories. The first is worry, an uncontrollable chain of what-ifs focused on possible future negative outcomes. The second is rumination, a backward-looking compulsion to dwell on past mistakes and replay what you should have said. Trying to actively distract yourself from these dual pressures usually fails. You are trapped by an inner voice that claims it is trying to help while it is actually holding you hostage. We willingly participate in this cycle because of what researchers call perceived purpose. We tell ourselves that the overthinking is serving a psychological function. With worry, the logic is protective. We believe that anticipating every possible future threat will shield us from a mistake. Looking at these qualitative survey responses, the justification for rumination is direct. When asked why they ruminate, people say it allows me to think things through. We frame dwelling on the past as necessary emotional processing, but a supposedly helpful cognitive process would simply not lead to this extreme level of distress and physical exhaustion. The brain views overthinking as a survival tactic. It creates a convincing illusion that you are being productive, and that illusion keeps you hooked on the cycle. To understand why we can't simply stop, we have to look at the neuro-cognitive reality of the brain. Researchers call this mechanical limitation resource competition. Your brain relies on working memory, a finite workspace holding real-time information. Managing that workspace requires executive functions like shifting, the literal, mechanical ability to intentionally move your attention. When a trigger activates a negative emotional experience, your brain immediately devotes its working memory slots to processing that emotion. Because the negative emotional content consumes so much of the available working memory, the shifting function cannot operate. You are stuck. The shifting mechanism has run out of the cognitive fuel it needs to pull your attention away and onto a new thought. Overthinking is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The act of overthinking destroys the exact cognitive tools required to stop the cycle, which brings us back to that dark room at 2 a.m. The thoughts circling your head are not deep truths waiting for you to untangle them. When the shifting function stalls, your working memory gets stuck processing the same data packet over and over. These are cognitive echoes, mechanical glitches, triggered by a system trying to find control where none exists. As long as you believe the overthinking is helping you solve a problem, you will remain trapped in this glitch. You cannot use a drained resource to fix the drain itself. Thinking is the very process that is draining the battery. You can't use the drain to fix the drain. The only viable solution is to stop treating these thoughts as emergencies that require your active participation. Letting go allows the cognitive battery to recharge. It is the only way to finally find quiet.